we better off now than we were 4 years ago? Of course, everybody's opinion differs on that. There's a lot of different factors that can contribute to your opinion on that. But what we want to talk about this morning on Money Monday with David Seeger is the financial facts and figures about, are we better off than 4 years ago? And you have prepared for us 6 different charts. So let's go ahead and get started. We want to get through all of these.
6 different metrics of where we are financially and economically. Taking the politics out of it, just doing the measurements to see where we are.
All right.
First graph is gross domestic product. What that is, you hear that a lot, that's the total amount of goods and services that we produce in any given period of time.
Okay.
Okay, GDP. Now, it's good when it expands, and when it contracts, that means it's recessionary. A recession is described as 2 consecutive quarters of negative GDP. Okay, so with that in mind, okay, 4 years ago we were at -4, so we're in a recession. You can see in the darker shaded over here. Then we merged out of that, and we're averaging, it's going kind of sideways right now, and we're about 2, 2.25. That's our average. Now, so are we better than we were 4 years ago based upon this? The answer is yes. But the whole problem is this: we're looking at 2, 2.25. To have real growth and make it substantial for job creation, you need 4 to 5%.
Right. What were we at in the 90s?
Oh, sometimes 7 or 8%.
Yeah,
exactly.
That's what I thought.
All right. The next chart, Consumer Price Index.
Right. This is a measure of inflation. To be honest with you, this is a wash. We're not basically any better or worse than we were before within the last 4 years. Inflation has not been an issue over the last decade.
Okay.
So you see a couple of spikes here. That was due to gasoline prices going up over the last 4 years. Remember a couple of times? Well,
yeah.
they're reflected in the spike here.
All right. The third one, housing prices. A lot of people are really concerned about this.
This one is definite. We have a problem here. Prices have obviously dropped over the last 4 years and have not recovered. So are you better than when you were 4 years ago when it comes to housing prices? Obviously not. Definitely not in this one.
All right, let's talk about stock prices.
Okay, the S&P 500 index. This is a broad measure of stocks, how they're doing. As you can see, we have a definite trend upward in terms of progression over the last 4 years. As a matter of fact, the market dropped in March of 2009 and has gone up kind of slowly thereafter. So when it comes to the equity markets of the stock market and your 401k balances, we are better off than we were 4 years ago.
All right. Okay. Unemployment, number 5.
Okay, this ties back to our first one to a certain extent as well. We see unemployment, it started a little bit lower, then it went up, and it's kind of trailing down at this point.
Wow,
basically going sideways.
Yeah.
So
the answer is it's slightly better than it was 4 years ago, but not a lot. If we could do better with GDP, have growth of 4 or 5% instead of the anemic 2%, this would be a lot better.
All right, and finally, household debt. Are we better than 4 years ago?
Okay, yes, so definitely the line is going down then. So we're not in debt as we were, as much as we were 4 years ago. A lot of people are nervous, they're trying to get out of debt. A lot of people can't get a loan anymore, so that's the other reason we have lower debt.
Almost a forced thing. I mean,
exactly,
you can't spend as much as you used to.
From this metric, we are better than we were 4 years ago.
Okay, so overall, though, it's kind of a mixed bag. Is that
exactly? The answer to the question, are we better off than we were 4 years ago? Yes, kind of, sort of.
Kind of, sort of.
It's mixed.
I like that. Kind of, sort of. It's a good answer. I like it. Well, this is great, breaking all this down. Of course, we'll have all of this information on our website, northwestohio.com. And David will be back in the next hour, and we'll talk about this some more. Thanks so much, David.
Excellent.